What's up? Let's get it. It's your boy Karceno here, and let's get to it. Now, everybody who know me know I tell it like it is. If you're new here and don't know me and you just got here, first, thank you for showing up. Subscribe to the page and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to check out that banner below and like, share, subscribe, all those wonderful things. The Patreon is Karceno for life. The Cash App is Karceno. And here we go. Now, Jaguar Wright did another one of her live stream interviews with somebody, and she was alluding to, saying that she was messing with Big L, and that alluded that she also messed around with Jay, or alluded to that by saying Big L was a better lover than you and all this stuff. So it's crazy. And said, oh, he told me a lot of things about you. So all of this was being discussed, right? And while it was being discussed, and she was bringing all this up, something interesting happened. And you might say, well, what interesting took place? She said Jay was the last person to see L alive. And she's got the secrets. Now, that got a lot of people talking. Then, of course, a lot of people came to me asking me about Big L and what's going on with that situation and what Jaguar was talking about. So that's how we arrived at this point we're at today. Now, it seems like every week she says something and y'all want me to address it. And then it's always going to be some clown in the comment section. You weren't there, Cino. But yet he's here. Every video for years. Just to say that. So anyway, let's get to it, man. Now, going into this situation, here's what you should know. A lot of these people that you're talking about are either not here no more or just habitants. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't even know some of the stuff that they be talking about, and the stories be all over the place. Now, from what we know about this, everybody should understand that sorry about that, tired. But here's what you should know about the situation. And it's late as hell. Dude's like, what you talking about? I'm like, man, it's late as hell. So that's why I'm tired. Like, why wouldn't I be tired? Now, anyway, we're looking at a time when Big L was coming up in the rap game, right? And after 95, he was on Columbia Records. And he put out his first album. Like, he had freestyles with Jay-Z and, battling him, battling a couple of people in the hood. And there's a lot of different people that he was associated with. who knew like, oh, he gonna be the next one. And Nas had just got ready to release his Illmatic, you know, his Illmatic LP or whatever. Now, Big L put his album out in '95. It really didn't do that well, even though it was critically acclaimed. It had MVP, all these songs on it, and it just didn't pan out. Now, here's the scenario. Sorry, this is this Tampa Dallas thing going on right now. So deal with it. Like, sorry about that. But the album didn't do well. You know, L and Columbia not seeing eye to eye. And, you know, they talking about a sophomore project. He ain't like how, you know, they trying to control him creatively. So in '96, you know, Jay-Z puts out his Reasonable Doubt uh, CD, and everything was going off and jumping. So Big L is like, okay, when my next project is coming, and this and that, and you know, he had words with them, and he was talking about the fact about him, Mace, and they got into it at one point, but like Mace and Cameron was trying to, you know, go out there and do their Children of the Corn thing. L was on his own at that point, doing his own thing solo. Wasn't really interested in that. And they was like, man, you know, he want to come in with his own crew. Now, Jay blows up on, you know, Hard Knock Life Volume 2. But Jay's in the game. And L ain't about, like, oh, I'm finna beg him for a record deal. Like, he got signed me, you know, that's my guy. L wasn't like that. You basically were gonna have to basically come to Big L. That's just how it was. It was his might say ego. He didn't want to go to another rapper and be like, yo, I want a deal. Sign me. You know, he begging for a record deal. If you don't want to sign him, and you that shows him you not interested. You just gonna keep slaughtering mixtapes and doing what he doing. Now Jaguar said in her interview thing that she did, or StreamYard or whatever it was, that Big L had to die for a Reasonable Doubt to come out, which I don't know if she's trying to say that metaphorically or she miss or said the wrong album or whatever, but none of that made sense because Reasonable Doubt came out in '96. He died in '99. So I have no idea what she's talking about there whatsoever. So I'm not being dismissive of her. I'm just saying that a lot of things that she says, some of it is true, and a lot of it is mixed up with times, dates, accuracy, and speculations, and all that. It's get intertwined with each other. So what she do know is like kind of like, okay, she do know something. You know, it's not like she's just pulling it out of thin air. Now, going through this, she's been really turning up the heat on Jay-Z. You know, like it's personal with Jay-Z now. So Jay must didn't do something that she wanted Jay to do or help her out in some sort of way. And she was like, I've been protecting you while I've been doing all this and that. So, and I guess, it's silence of the lambs. Like, she won't be hearing from Jay. Jay's not going to respond to her. It's never going to happen. He's not going to sue her. He's just going to let her talk. I mean, she can talk till she blue in the face. It's all going to go away one day. And that's how Jay feel. Jay feel ain't nothing's going to come out of it. Just going to be Jay. But yeah, he hears it. he gonna not hear it. He gonna hear it or hear about it. It's gonna get brought to him. But I don't see no actions coming behind it. Um, Now, let's get back to what actually was transpired. Because, oh yeah, if you just got here, hit the like button, good people. Thank you. So, in the Big L situation, what I don't understand is, why didn't all these people had these stories or ever said anything about this before? Why she's the one to bring it forward. And these the people that know what went down. It's like, are you serious? First off, a week prior to him dying, on the I think on the 8th or something of February, that's when he saw Jay-Z. I don't know if he saw Jay-Z that night, but that's when everything was starting for them, because Jay-Z had just dropped Reasonable Doubt, Volume 2 in like 98. And when that dropped, it just was crushing. And that summer was crazy. So for the rest of that year, they were in the process of getting the green light from Def Jam to get them the bag. And once they got the bag and the finances, like, they had the budget to go and sign other artists. So now Meth Bleak Project is full speed ahead. But they can go get some other artists and sign them. So it's on. Now, they're holding auditions for all rappers coming in and everything. So when that was done, they had some other guys come in. Sauce Money, he had just left because the money wasn't right. So he left Rockefeller and took his own deal. And this is before Volume 2 dropped. So Sauce was gone. Dame was like, yo, man, we could sign Big L, man. Big L he's been killing it on the mixtapes, man. We could sign Big L, man, from Harlem, bring him over, then that way we get some love from Harlem. Get some of that Harlem love. And Jay was like, yeah, all right, no, all right. Like he really didn't care because it wasn't gonna hurt his thing. But while they were trying to bring in Big L, they wanted to sit down and have a meeting with him. And Jay was there, Dane was there, and they, wanted to be like, what you think? We're about us signing Big L. He was like, all right, it's cool, yeah, it's all right. He didn't really have a problem with it, but he didn't really like want that either. It was like, yeah, well, And he has his reasons and theories. But from what I heard, he has reservations because he knew the type of people L hung around. And he kind of didn't want that around. I kind of know who they rolling with. And I kind of don't want that around. But, you from Harlem, y'all know these dudes. Like, y'all know these cats. And they respect y'all enough to not, try something. But it might have just been the Brooklyn thing, who knows? But anyway, they sat down, they met. everything was golden. And they was talking about signing him to the deal. And he was like, I don't want to sign, just me. Because they just wanted Big L. Big L was like, nah, I got to take my crew. It was like, your crew? It was like, yeah, the Wolf Pack. So that's what he called his crew. He had Herb McGruff, and I don't know if Lord Finesse is in the crew. I don't think he was. But he had two other dudes that was from his hood. But I know Herb McGruff was one of them. So they were the Wolf Pack. So they was coming in off the, like the NWO Wolf Pack. That was like they thing. We the Wolf Pack. So these guys were heavy into this is how we finna do it. Yeah, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be crazy. Wolf Pack. So everybody was excited. They had excitement in their direction on what they wanted to do. For the first time, like there was some real buzz. Now, how they proceeded to move was different. They had to mull that over, so that was like on the 8th, and by the next week, Big L was shot and killed. And that had nothing to do with Jay-Z at all. So, you know, Big L was in the wrong place he shouldn't have been at, doing something he shouldn't have done the week prior to his death. Right after meeting Jay-Z now, somebody who was cool with him, you know, had a, they were at odds now. His brother had problems with this guy and two other guys with him. And some money was put down for somebody to take him out. And Big L was supposed to be the one to point him out and be like, there they are, or that's them. And when the guy was exposed for being what he was and got caught trying to follow him, L was recognized for being there with him. So the very next week, they took it out on L. So that's just how it was, man. It had nothing to do with Jay-Z. So I don't know what she's talking about with Jay's involvement in it, or she's just got everybody hanging on the cliff and that's sad for L. Like don't do that to him. If that man is not connected, just to try to stir up controversy, that man is long gone, and it's sad that happened because my best friend died 2 months after that. My best friend was gone. Same year. So it's just don't make any sense. And plus, why would you want to put somebody's name in something like that? And they ain't had nothing to do with it. So it kind of, looking at Jag now, it's a whole different like vibe that we're getting. It's almost like, what are you doing this for? Like you're not stopping the industry, you're not helping the industry, you're only hurting people. Like most of the stuff is 20, 30 years ago. And you're bringing like a lot of stuff up that really don't mean a hill of beans. Alicia Keys having acne. Like, what is that going to do Like what is that doing? But trying to embarrass her that she has acne or she had an acne problem. Like, what does that even mean? Like, the person had never really did anything to her. So it's crazy. It's a crazy game. Jag can say what she want, man. Like no one's telling her like you gotta make sure how you say stuff. She can say what she wants. She's a grown woman. She's allowed to say whatever in the world she wants. But I'm allowed to feel any way I want about the situation. So my thoughts have always been indifferent from others. My thoughts normally are not, like recognized, or they try to disprove anything that I say. You got some crazy bodyguard talking about Diddy tried to pay me to take out Biggie. I'm like, I'm just like, where do these people come from? Like, what are they doing? Do these people even know, like, why would you even think that's okay to do? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was like, what if he telling the truth though? No, he knows that y'all are fixated. The majority of you are fixated on conspiracy theory, cover up, mystery. So they play off that like it's something big in play, and a lot of it don't even mean anything, or a lot of it's dumb. Like I keep hearing this narrative. Biggie was leaving Puffy and Bad Boy. He was getting ready to do the commission and leave. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. He was not leaving Puffy at all. Puff still had Big under contract. Wasn't trying to leave. He just signed a 30 city, 30-day tour. Puff was keeping him paid. 30 city, getting 30 G's a show. At that time, no rapper was getting that. That's like that's nothing. But you gotta think, this is like 20 years ago. No rapper was seeing that kind of money unless you was like MC Hammer and somebody like that. Like, are you kidding? Rappers wasn't getting that kind of bag. Now, they wasn't rocking stadiums. They weren't allowed to have that kind of platform. This was the first time something like that was going to be done for hip hop. Al Heyman put that tour together. So all of this was worked out, sponsors, the money was on the table. So that tour had to continue. But we're going to talk about that at a later date because we're getting off track. This is about Big L. Now, Jaguar Wright brought this thing up about Jay and Big L. Jay had no problems with Big L. Big L had no problems with Jay. Jay didn't play no parts in it. Big L didn't have nothing to do with any of that. All word to my knowledge of everybody who I know that know the situation. Not one time was Jay-Z mentioned in anything to having anything to do with that. At that time, Jay wasn't even a power player. He had just dropped Hard Knock Life and it was blowing up. They was just getting ready to do the tour. And that led to the signing of Beanie Siegel. They had just signed Beans. Big L died, and they signed Beans. And Beanie Siegel became that guy that signed and brought him on the team. When they were grabbing the new artists, they had a mill. She was already there, but Beanie Siegel came after that, and a lot of people don't know that. Emil came first, then Beanie Siegel came. So, well, it was a lot of different things that transpired. You know, when it comes to the entertainment part of it, Jag is doing what she's doing because, she's getting a buzz going. I don't know what it's trying to do for her, but it's like a sad version of popularity on YouTube. People are trying to use their fame and popularity to try to oh man, these Cowboy fans are something. But naturally, that's where it's gonna end up because majority of these people don't get that Jag is probably suffering from some mental problems. Like seriously, I mean, she's probably suffering from some sort of, like really crisis type of breakdowns. I'm like watching her and I'm just like, oh man, like she's like having like a like stress. Like her whole life is like stress and just mental gone. Like she's sharp, but it's like there might be some psychological issues going on or trauma, past trauma that she's going through. Just from her body language, you can tell. Look at the way she hitting the cigarette. Anybody smoking a cigarette like that, where they didn't even, she don't even ash the cigarette. The cigarette just burning and it's just nothing but ash all the way down it. That's normally people who just stressed, like completely stressed. Like they've exhausted all resources, just stressed. And they don't know what their next move is. So I pray for her, man. I pray for everybody out there. But yeah, she seems extremely stressed out. And they don't even respond because there's no need to respond to somebody like that. Once you start responding to somebody like that, bad things happen. It only gonna make champion them because Jay can't beat her. How Jay gonna beat Jaguar Wright? Jaguar would go off just ranting and talking about Aaliyah and all this, and Jay just responsible for all this murder and death and all that. And he be out here deflecting like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And everybody would be piling on him and it'd be getting bigger and bigger and bigger for no reason. So whatever this is about something personal Jay didn't do for her. You could tell. So that's my thoughts on it. It's your boy Karceno. God bless y'all. Don't forget to like the video. My Patreon is Karceno for life. Hopefully I see y'all over there. Shouts out there. Kwame Brown, Bust Life. Welcome to HD TV, Ticket TV. Damn DBs. And I'm out.